Ohio State football is back. Well, sort of, right? The spring game. It's Ohio State football. Let's take it. Welcome into the Ohio State Football Report presented by Prize Picks. Billy Beebe with you. If you didn't want to pay for the Big Ten Network today, you came to the right place. We will have highlights. We'll have the scoreboard. We'll have play-by-play. We're going to do some raffle entries for later jersey giveaway. We're going to have some fun all day during the Ohio State spring game, and we're excited to have you guys along the way. We thank you for joining us. About 15 minutes until kickoff. We're watching the weather for this one. I think the Buckeyes are going to keep a good pace to make sure they get this thing done before the rain really starts coming down. And back with us, where he belongs, the great Aiden Parise, producer, AP in the building. Brother, great to be back together. We were talking. It's been since the Indiana game.
It
right?
has.
So
it's
this
been
is great
a while.
to be back together.
It's been a while. Great to be back together. The Buckeyes are coming back to, not quite mid-season form, but spring game, man. We're going to see some of these up-and-comers. A lot of injuries that we'll, talk about, and maybe some guys that aren't necessarily going to play, but a lot of exciting stuff to get to today, and great to be here, Billy.
All right, awesome. Me and AP back at it today. Great to have a producer with us. We'll have some fun with that, get AP's opinions on some things. Right now, want to hear from you guys right away. Let's get it out of the way to begin today's show. I know a couple of you have already given your opinion. We also have a poll going where you can vote which player you're expecting to have a big day, but we want to hear from you right now. Which Buckeyes are you excited to watch today? We will do some injury news and my personal players to watch coming up here in just a second. But first, want to hear from you guys. We're already seeing a couple of Hayes. What's up in the chat? Mark's here. Charlie's here. Charlie says Chris Henry or Brock Boyd. AP, those seem like the big names, right? That people want to hear about, talk about, watch
no
today,
doubt.
And they want to see those freshman wide receivers have a big day.
That's right, man. And we've got a graphic for it, actually, if I might be able to pull it up. But some freshman wide receivers will be the story for today. That's Brock Boyd, that's Chris Henry Jr., and then also some young up-and-coming running backs, too, with the RB injuries that they've suffered with Bo Jackson, with Isaiah West, with other guys out as well. So it's going to be about next man up type of mindset, and maybe that point mid-season, okay, who do we turn to as the fourth, fifth option? Maybe it's that, or maybe we have a guy like a Brock Boyd and Chris Henry make a name for themselves as a starter even. That'd be pretty fun.
Welcome into the Ohio State Report. If you're just joining us, like AP said, a lot to watch today, a lot of players to watch today. We are excited for that. We are also excited for our Super Chat menu on today's game. Part of the fun, right? We're doing the game, highlight, scoreboard, and, of course, our Super Chat menu. Any Super Chats will go towards raffle entries for our later giveaway when the actual season begins. But if you want to be heard on today's show, we have our free comment section, of course, which we encourage you to spam and leave your comments. But these Super Chats get you on screen. We will have you... chair out of the way there. We'll get you actually on screen and being talked about on the Ohio State Football Report. We got Easter eggs in the spring spirit. These all have a number of raffle entries in them. So $2 if you want to enter and open an Easter egg to see how many raffle entries you get. Also, let's have some fun. If you want $10 Super Chat, I got the bunny ears here. I'll wear them for 5 minutes while broadcasting, and that's part of our Super Chat fun as well. So that'll be throughout the game. We'll do that. We'll do likes. We'll do more. So do want to let you guys know, though, that today's show is presented by Prize Picks. Here's the deal. I am using the Prize Picks every single day right now. Why? Because it's the best app to win cash while watching sports. Yeah, that's right. Basketball playoffs are here. You got daily baseball games. And if you're somebody that likes to mix it up, you want to do something different, how about golf or soccer? That's also available right now on the Prize Picks app. My favorite part about Prize Picks has always been, will always be, how easy it is to use. You just pick more or less on a few player stats, then you lock in your lineup and you are ready to go. Good example, AP got this ready for tomorrow's game, playoff game between Boston and Philadelphia. Going more for Jaylen Brown stats there, and you get a couple options along with that, so that's a good pairing. And then more on a double-double, half double-double, so getting one for Victor Wembanyama. So that's an example of points, rebounds, assists, all of those together, double-doubles. I'm sure there's triple-doubles. I'm sure there's all different options for you on Prize Picks. Again, it's as simple as more or less. And if you're like, Billy, you're wrong, so-and-so, fine. Click less on both as well. So that's an example on Prize Picks. If you do like what we picked there and you want to see what we're picking all the time, Prize Picks is a feature that allows you to follow your friends and others on the app like you would any other social media platform. You follow me on Twitter for breaking Buckeye news. Follow me on Prize Picks as well. That's Billy_BB. That's right, Billy_BB. You can also follow producer Aiden Paris on Prize Picks as well. Right now, download the Prize Picks app today with the link in the comment section and description and use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. We'll go over the injuries for today's game in just a second, but running through, again, the Super Chat menu. Any Super Chat gets a shout-out. We'll get you on screen. We'll say what you said, show the people what you said. $2, see how many raffle entries you get when you open up one of these eggs here on the Ohio State Football Report. Also, if you really feel like messing with me, $10 Super Chat, and I'm wearing this for 5 minutes during the broadcast. I know those ears are especially tall. Crazy stuff there. And then also straight up, if you just want the most raffle entries, shot to win an Ohio State jersey when we give it away, that's in the regular season, just so you know. $25, 50 entries, double it up. Then we are good to go there. So that's what we're looking at with that one. Let's get right into the injuries. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so this is a big storyline for today's game. We've got Bo Jackson, Isaiah West, and Legend Bay. 4 out of your 6 scholarship running backs are not available in today's game. I will say, good news. All of the running backs suited up. So they're getting to the point where they can play soon, will play soon. But today's action-wise, Bo Jackson's going to be out. Isaiah West's going to be out. They had shoulder surgery. Legend Bay is nursing a hamstring, and Turbo Rogers also injured as of right now. So I know running back's a big position. Turbo Rogers, Legend Bay, those are names people love. They want to see more of those guys. Unfortunately, not going to be in today's game. So unfortunate to talk about, but that is what we're dealing with in there. And Adam or Andrew making a joke down below there, AP. He said, do they have the right shoe size? If you're a Buckeye fan, you didn't know. Recent story coming out of Seattle that the Buckeyes, I don't want to blame them completely because they're your shoes, but like apparently Jackson Smith and Jigba, when he was at Ohio State, was wearing a size and a half too big on his feet, and they feel that might have been a reason for the hamstring injuries. So pretty tough there. Pretty tough there. Also down in the chat, RL Clip says, hi, good to see you, brother. Timon the Buckeye says, what's up, Timon? Good to have you, baby.
Welcome
go,
back. Time, man.
That's how you may really know Ohio State football's back. Timon's back, so we love to see that. More injuries to note here as we get really close to what's supposed to be kickoff. And I predict they'll kick off super quickly because there's bad weather in Columbus today. They want to get the game in, so we're predicting that they'll really cook this thing up. On the offensive line, starting left tackle and right tackle, Austin Siereveld and Phillip Daniels are out. Austin Siereveld actually on crutches on the sideline today, so we're wishing those guys well. We're hoping they get better. Jake Cook has been banged up. We haven't gotten an update on him. And then Josh Padilla, who we expected to do big things at guard/center. He has also just not played really since last November when he was getting some early shots. Still injured, still out, so we wait to hear more there. A couple other fan favorites here. Riley Pettijohn has been hurt since the start of spring. He will not go for Ohio State today. And then mainly a blocking tight end in Bennett Christian. Although, if he plays the Will Kazmarek Mauler role this year, that's going to be important. Bennett Christian also out for the spring as of right now. The good news, though, AP, all these guys that we say, out for the spring, technically, this is it. Spring's ending for these guys. So, Riley Pettijohn should be good to go here soon. Legend Bay, Turbo Roger, Bo Jackson, these guys should be good soon. It's been 5 weeks since spring practice started.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we're talking about this, if you want Ohio State to have some quick recoveries with these guys with some injuries, Bo Jackson, the running back, anybody who's got an injury right now, Pettijohn, hit that like button. But I agree, Billy. I mean, we're coming to a close here with spring. Like when we first talked about these injuries, it was like yeesh, like Bo Jackson, Isaiah West are both hurt. But that was like a month and a half ago. I mean, that was a while ago, and these guys have been working through this, doing their rehab, doing their recovery, staying at least adjacent in practice and kind of doing what they can with team drills and whatnot and trying to ramp back up. So it seems like everyone's on the right path. You know, I don't know that we're hearing any kind of like, you know, lingering issues. I don't know that there's any huge red flag, but it's also another topic of discussion, Billy. Like Ryan Day doesn't really like to reveal much, does he?
No, not. And good point there. Not as much in college football. You don't have to reveal as much about injuries and whatnot. So right on that, hit that thumbs up button. Get these guys back on the field. We want to see more Riley Pettijohn. I know the people want to see more Legend Bay.
Oh, come on.
I see 27 likes right now. Got to be more. Come on. Wish the Buckeyes some good luck. Our guy Ryan Workman, thanks for the content. Is the spring game online? We'll have it for you for free, brother. Play-by-play, highlights, all that, and more on the show today. Up to 30 likes. Keep them coming, people. Let's keep them coming.
I think we can hit 50 likes right now, Billy. We got 300 people watching. We got some people in the chat. We got AC asking. We got Ty Man saying what's up. I say we hit 50 likes before we even go to our next thing. I think that's real doable right now. We're at 36. 14 people. Hit that like button,
Let's get to 50. I like it. Let's get to 50. Keep them coming with the likes. Wish the Buckeyes good health. Get these guys back. Don't you want to see Legend Bay, Riley Pettijohn, all those names? Let's get these guys back on the field. So keep hitting that likes up button, people. Right, 2 away. 2 away. If you haven't liked the video, let's do it. Let's knock it out.
Come on, y'all.
2 more. I want to see it change. 2 more.
If you got 2 devices, that counts.
50, there it is, baby. There it is, baby. 50 likes to start the show. Gotta love that, and that'll be good injury luck for Ohio State. And low-key, they need it. They've had a weird spring with the injuries. So let's quickly transition because we're getting close to kickoff here on the Ohio State Football Report. We'll have the spring game for you. Players to watch, Buckeyes to watch. Number 1, Brock Boyd, White Lightning. He has stolen the show at spring practice. He has worked his way into a very tough group that hard to get into this group right now, and he has gotten into this group. So the freshman 3-star wide receiver is my number 1 player to watch. I think that says a lot about who Brock Boyd is, what he has shown so far. And again, we have our poll going of which players do you think will have big days? Brock Boyd, Tavian St. Clair, Chris Henry Jr., or Sincere Johnson. Make sure you guys go vote right now. Number 2, let's rock it. QB2 at number 2. Tavian St. Clair is our predicted, will play the most. He's not the starter. He's set to be the starter next year if all goes as planned. Buckeyes want to see more of him. The fans want to see more of him. He is a 5-star freshman from Ohio, Bellefontaine. I've heard both, so I'll say Bellefontaine. 5-star, can run, can pass. I will say reports out of the scrimmage yesterday where the offenses were really bad. So we're looking for both Julian Sand and Tavian St. Clair to have bigger days today. Number 3, Quay Russaw, the Alabama transfer at the edge position. There is a spot open, folks, opposite Kenyatta Jackson. Kenyatta Jackson on the left or right, wherever he ends up being more comfortable. Then on the other side, Quay Russaw, Zion Grady, Bo Atkinson. All those guys are in the mix, but we've heard great things about Quay Russaw recently there, Aiden. So we're looking to see if that Alabama to Ohio State thing translates. Well, then we'll go to the running backs because of all the injuries. Freshman, Favor, Key. He is probably running back 2 today, but again, with the youth and the lack of experience he'll probably get during the season, this will be his best shot and the Buckeyes' best shot to really get a look at Favor, a Key. And then finally, I said Austin Siereveld out, Ian Moore in at left tackle. Look, I think if you made a list of the best 5 offensive linemen overall for Ohio State, Ian Moore's in there. Problem is, you have a good player at his position, so we will see what he gets there. Those are my 5 Buckeyes to watch on Ohio State's spring game today. The 2026 spring game is here, and we are really, really excited to get into this one. You can see Look, all Ryan Day said is it's going to be more of a game atmosphere. That's the information we have as of right now. So we're trying to figure out if they're going to do scarlet and gray offense defense, or if they're going to do what they used to do, which was scarlet and gray. They break the team up into different names, different players, different sides. So we will keep you updated on that. My advice is, look, we'll have a scoreboard. We'll do the scoreboard how they're doing the scoreboard. But my advice is sit back, relax, and just take in what's happening because, it's Buckeyes versus Buckeyes. I don't think the scoreboard is the biggest deal in the world. Close to kickoff. Let's get it. We got a challenge on today's show. It is a sub-challenge. That's right, a sub-challenge. When we did Ohio State versus TCU, we got 173 new subscribers, which is awesome. It was great. We're glad to have you guys on the channel. Should be a ton of Bucknuts today. We should have a ton of Bucknuts watching the spring game with us today, which is why I'm asking you guys, hit that sub button. We want to rack it up. We're already at 34. Oh, AP, what are we? We're 15 minutes into the show. We got 34. We appreciate you, people. If you love Ohio State football, college football, good football content, daily Ohio State videos, watch parties, giveaways, and more here on the Ohio State Football Report. We just saw the final stretches. Guys are getting assembled. It's almost time for the spring game. Hit that sub button. I'll remind you as well, we will have a winners and losers after the game today. AP, the Buckeye faithful don't normally love the winners losers saying, but it is what it is. And I'll remind you guys, these highly paid athletes now. So I don't think it's the biggest deal to say for one game somebody was a loser in this scenario. Aiden, you kind of hinted earlier, but one more time, who are you looking for? What are you looking for in today's game?
Listen, man, we were talking about it before today, and we just said, yes, it'd be good for our agenda, but also it'd just be good for Ohio State football. Brock Boyd. If Brock Boyd is a winner today, it builds off of what he's been doing in practice, and he can continue to build on that in the rest of this offseason and maybe actually become like someone that provides, like someone that's running these routes on Saturdays. Maybe they're wide receiver 5, but he's actually like giving an impact like sooner than I thought maybe a Kyle Parker might or a Jaquaden Guilford. Other guys like that might be in that room. I'm excited about Brock Boyd. And then obviously the obvious answer is Chris Henry Jr. for everybody. Yeah. CHJ. I'm excited for him. I'm kind of feeling like he's going to put somebody on highlight today.
Ooh, Henry Jr. at 6'5" should be making plays out there. Another thing I had to watch earlier when I did my 5 players to watch, we did a VOD on that. I did note, AP, something I also will say to watch for today, like, who's Chris Henry Jr. playing with? Is he playing with Julian Sand? Is he playing with Tavian St. Clair? Next up is Justin Martin, Luke Fahey. Like, is he playing with those guys? Yeah. I think that should tell you a lot about where he stands. Rumors from practice yesterday were Phillip Bell was another name, like, in the wide receiver mix, so we'll watch for Phillip Bell today as well, which while we're talking names, I'll remind you, our poll down below, which player will have a big day today? Right now, Aiden, out of 241 votes, Brock Boyd is number 1 at 37%. That's crazy.
I love it. 37.
They're calling him White Lightning. They're calling him White Lightning.
That's right, White Lightning. I'll go ahead and give you guys a preview, man. Just for you guys, we had a little bit of fun with it today. Yeah, we might be able to pull this out. Might be able to pull this White Lightning strikes again out.
Let's go.
Maybe a little bit of rock and roll or something. You never know. So we got those on deck for the season if he's really making an impact there. But what do you say, Billy? Should we ask him a question, or are they looking like they're kicking off here?
Yeah, we're getting pretty close. Ryan Day and his rain gear, they just interviewed him. I do think we are close here. Let's get our kickoff ready. I think we're about ready at that one. Good call, though, with the commenter. Do want to note G-Crush letting us know it's Go Bucks from South Korea.
Whoa.
We appreciate you checking in with us. Reggie says he can't wait to see Devin Sanchez as Connor Hawkins getting prepared here to kick off. Ball already blown down. That's it, people. We're here. We made it to the spring game. Spam your O-H-I-O. Let's go, baby.
I'll get us started. Let's go.
Buckeye transfer portal kicker Connor Hawkins will kick off for Ohio State. I don't see any OHIOs right now. I don't see any. Get them in the chat. Let's go, people. Hawkins, kick is up, underway. Let's go. Ohio State football on the Ohio State Football Report. Brandon Inniss will fair catch. So good example here. Brandon Inniss on his own. It was just Hawkins and Inniss kicking off and returning. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for today. Get your OHIOs in there. Make sure you vote on which player you guys are excited to watch today. It will be the Ohio State offense coming out first. And once again, we're trying to get a read on exactly how this thing is structured. Be patient with us on that one. Again, my advice is sit back, relax, have a good time with who's who and what's what more than the actual score. It is scarlet and gray. We still need to learn if that's a team thing or if that's a offense-defense thing. So, first drive of the day starting at the 35-yard line. Julian Sand will fake, dump it to the right. Jeremiah Smith snags it over to the right side to the 40. Everybody's afraid to hit, so they will stop the play at about the, we'll say the 35-yard line, maybe the 50. That's the 50 going that way, Jeremiah Smith. So right now, the Buckeyes are starting in thud, which is just a little bit of contact. Most people have the Guardian caps on. They won't do tackling. I think after the starters, they'll do like literal game tackling and stuff like that. So they'll call it 2nd and 4, a 6-yard gain for Jeremiah Smith. Sane in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 right, fakes the give, looking Smith again, throws, one-handed, knocked away, a one-on-one against Devin Sanchez. And Devin Sanchez knocks it down. No longer the freshman phenom AP. Time for year 2, Devin Sanchez.
That's right. And then along with that, the expectations are going up a lot too. That was a guy that we talked about last season as like, oh, is he the defensive Jeremiah Smith for us? It's like, whoa, he's a freshman making an impact. They're moving around the defense for him. He's got to have a big year.
Great point there. It was a great year 1 for Devin Sanchez. A lot of good stuff out of camp for him so far. Sands alone in the backfield now. Looking to his right. Now looking to his left. Definitely would have got sacked as he delivers it to the left. And that will be
looks like it's a catch.
No, ends up being a catch. And I believe that is transfer portal wide receiver Devin McCune from UT San Antonio. Not just a speedster, AP reels it in. He went one-on-one with Christian Alliegro, the linebacker from Wisconsin. So it's transfer on transfer. And McCune wins it. First down for the Scarlet. If I get a better look at the sideline, I can figure out if it's Scarlet offense, which is my prediction here. Sand gives Jacoby Jackson, the Florida transfer, takes a little bit of contact. We're done. Easy now. Tarvis Alford wraps him up and brings him down. Good job of the O-line there. Looked like a 6-yard gain clean. And then Jackson got a little aggressive. Again, Jacoby Jackson, he's running back. I have him as running back 3 as of right now. And with Isaiah West and Bo Jackson out, he is the Buckeyes' main running back. A 7th-year transfer portal player from Florida. And literally transferring from Florida Gators, not the state. Saying gives. No, we'll keep it. Looking left. Quick one. Gets it to Nate Roberts. Jalen McClain is there closely. Wraps him up and brings him down. You can tell these dudes want to hit,
man. Oh, man. They're ready.
First team's pissed. They want to hit hard. Should also note, I'm not a fan personally on the practice jerseys, but the Buckeyes wearing like a sleeve with a gray, white, which they've done before in the past on jerseys. I've never seen it. Maybe I'm coming around on it.
I like it. I think it looks clean.
3rd down and 2 for the Scarlet. We didn't want to do any 3rd downs because it is Buckeyes on Buckeyes today, so we don't root for either side of the ball. Saying time to pass on a 3rd and 2. Over the middle, caught by Jeremiah Smith. Jets are on. There he goes. Definitely would have had it. I'm saying he would have had it, but they're going to say he is wrapped up and brought down. Devin Sanchez scooted over to kind of get after him a little bit. It is a 1st down for the Scarlet. As Sand went over the middle, and Jeremiah Smith and Julian Sand, that combo is working early for Ohio State.
Like clockwork, man. You mentioned it earlier, Billy. I'm going to have my eyes on the offensive line. We talked a lot about the potential combinations of that. Are they opening up lanes for these guys further down the depth chart? Let's see.
Good thought there. 1st down and 10 at the 30. Jacoby Jackson in the backfield, right hip of Sand. Sand, a little bit of pressure on him. No, he's got a good amount of time. He will dump it to Jacoby Jackson, though, who's all the way up to the 20 before he takes a little bit of contact and got knocked out of bounds. Love a replay. There's a nice pancake in the backfield. O-line's kind of looking good early.
I was going to say, looking patient, collected. And then also, what I just saw Sayin do is what I'm going to be looking for from Tavian St. Clair today, Billy. It's not the big play, take the top off, try to wow everybody. It's, can you make the small one, get 10 yards?
Ryan Day is out on the field. They'll start at the 20. There's 11 minutes left. There'll be a give to Jacoby Jackson. Good room to work. Bounce to the outside, breaking tackles. And again, they're kind of getting tapped at the hips when they would be tackled. So Peyton Pierce is taking him down. JA1987 asks, what is the starting line? It is Ian Moore, Luke Montgomery, Carson Hinsman. To the right is Gabe Van Sickle. And then Carter Lowe is at right tackle for Ohio State. So it is Carter Lowe and Ian Moore in for the injured Austin Siereveld and Phillip Daniels, although I think we might have an Armstrong on the right tackle spot right now. Saying looking for the end zone, ball is up and away, incomplete. Dominic Kelly had locked up Kyle Parker pretty well in the left corner of the end zone. Another third down coming up. I like Saying mixing it up, trying to get it all over the place, AP.
Yeah, me too. A little over-the-shoulder ball, kind of test that accuracy and the anticipation there. That's, I feel like, something we didn't see as much from Saying. Wow, he would take it off the top and be able to read these coverages. It's cover 2 down the middle. I'm blanking on the game it was, but it had 2 touchdowns like that. One with, I think it was Wisconsin. One with Tate, one with Jeremiah, but
it is a give to Jacoby Jackson. Got to about the 5-yard line before he's wrapped up and brought down. I'll shake that. That was Stanley Jackson Jr., the walk-on running back. So our first look at the next up is Stanley Jackson Jr. I'm going to confirm that. We got all new numbers for a lot of players. No, that was Favor Key, AP.
Okay.
So Favor Key is 29. Stanley Jackson Jr. is 28. Wide receiver-wise, we got Chris Henry Jr. wide left. Devin McCune on the inside. Nobody else. So this is an interesting wide receiver set here. Saying, let's see if he goes to Henry. No, give it again to Favor Aki, who hits the line. The D-line got there really quickly. I'm seeing Peyton Pierce. I'm seeing Terry Moore, the new safety from Duke, getting in the backfield quickly for Ohio State. The O-line's done pretty well until they've gotten to this point. And a nice flash. The fans are going to love Legend Bay standing with Jeremiah Smith now. Gotta love that.
He has, co-signed him this offseason. I mean, he doesn't really speak too much.
A lot of the guys have.
I was going to say, about the young guys, Jeremiah Smith doesn't speak too much, and he's had a lot.
All right, here we go. Saying looking to his left. Now we'll step up. Definitely would have got sacked. Now he rolls to his left. Throws, gets his man out of bounds. It is Favor a key at about the 3-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and goal for the Buckeyes. It's getting a little competitive here. The defense does not want to give up a touchdown, and I think that'll be our first look, AP, offense, defense, points-wise. If the defense gets the stops here, they should get some points.
Yeah, I'll also say, I think that's twice now you've said, Saying would have got sacked there. I'm going to have my eyes out on that, whether it's impatience from him or...
Yeah, you can kind of just tell, somebody gave up after they were coming after him.
Right.
Saying in the shotgun. Looks to his left. David Adolph is over there. Now he'll look right. Throws into a pile of Buckeyes. Jermaine Matthews one-on-one with Brandon Innes and knocked away by Jermaine Matthews. Jaden McClain gives him a heads up. That's the storyline we're watching. Jermaine Matthews in the slot. Jermaine Matthews, the slot nickel, or Jermaine Matthews outside. We figured he'd be outside, but we're hearing he's getting some work. 4th down and goal for the offense. Defense wants this one, let me tell you. Nobody on the outside. Buckeyes are scrunched up. David Adolph on the left side. Kyle Parker on the right. Innes on the inside. Saying under pressure, looks right. He's out of time. He could run for it. He's going to run for it. He didn't get it. He did not. Defense stands up and gets the stop. I don't know who to root for here. I'm great stop, but come on, Saying, but no, it's a touchdown. What?
Oh, they gave him that? Maybe he tiptoed around that.
Dude, he'd have gotten smashed.
Let's see this angle here.
He would have gotten smashed if they were trying.
Oh, easily would have gotten smashed.
You cannot give him that touchdown. All right, well.
Oh, ball's across the plane. Ball's across the plane.
All right, hey, touchdown's a touchdown. Let's get our, we'll get our spam your TDs. Spam your TDs. It's a touchdown for the offense for the Scarlet. And transfer portal kicker Connor Hawkins on to kick now. Let us know where you guys are watching from also. But spam your TDs. The offense, hey, fourth down.
Go.
Andrew Connell jokes the refs took more on the saying touchdown.
I think they did. I
like it. Hey, spam your TDs. One drive, one score for the Ohio State offense. Julian Sayin with a scrambling touchdown. I thought he looked solid on that drive too, AP.
Yeah.
He hit his guys pretty well.
Yeah, agreed. And a little spin zone for you as well. Going to get a nice, consistent look at the kickers today. If there's a lot of scoring, I mean, like, who better to get a look at than the kickers today? Because, like, some of these guys are going to swap out for different series. You know, you might not see David Adolph every time. You might not see Kyle Parker on every play. But every kick, you're going to see a Connor Hawkins or Jaden Fielding. So it's, you know, we got a lot to learn from there.
And I don't know if they will or can do this, but, like, they definitely should have, like, a 10-minute, 5-minute period where it's just, like, Hawkins is at the 48. Like, just kicks under pressure.
Agreed.
I don't know. So, yeah, Scarlett's going to be the offense. Tavian St. Clair and the rest of the 2 defense comes out. Complete. That is Brock Boyd with the first catch of the day for the 2s. And he gets knocked out of bounds. Again, we're going to be looking up some numbers here. We got freshmen. We got number changes. Look like Cam Calhoun knocked Brock Boyd out of bounds. Spam your B's. First Brock Boyd catch of his Ohio State career in a actual, like, non-practice setting. I guess this might be a practice setting, but spam your B's if you love Brock Boyd. First catch of the day. St. Clair puts Phillip Bell in motion. Now he'll give it to Favor Aki. Favor Aki up the middle, wrapped up and brought down on the outside. And that is number 33 for Ohio State. Eli Lee, the Akron Hoban product. Shout out Hoban.
Shout out.
Buckeyes, hey, they get some Hoban players. It's never a bad thing. Spam your B's. Brock Boyd just made the first catch for the 2 offense. It is offense versus defense today for Ohio State. That's how they'll structure it. Tavian St. Clair on the gun. Favor Aki on his right hip. He'll motion Phillip Bell again. Fakes the give. Looks to his right. He's going to air it out. Big bomb. Long bomb. Caught Chris Henry Jr. Toe taps the sideline. The future of Ohio State football right there. Tavian St. Clair. High ball floater down the sideline. And the 6'5" can't get up on me. Chris Henry Jr. reels it in. Wow.
That's tough stuff.
He made the right move, AP. Put it high on this dude, and he'll go find it. Spam your C's. Chris Henry Jr. making the catch and setting Ohio State up at the 20-yard line. They're going to move quick here. It is beginning to rain at Ohio Stadium. Brock Boyd set to go in motion. Now he'll stop and line it back up. First down and 10. 6:30 remaining in the first quarter. Give a key, wrapped up and brought down. We're tackling now, baby. We got the 2s out there. We're tackling now. And I think, let me double check number. I think we may have Josh Padilla out there today. No, scratch that. That's Simon Lawrence, his backup. So, yeah, no Josh Padilla at center. But we got a Brock Boyd catch and a long bomb to Chris Henry Jr. from Tavian St. Clair's, moving the offense pretty well. I will say, AP, Favor Aki, not great so far.
No,
St. Clair to pass. In trouble. Here come the legs. He wants to pass it. He's not going to take it. Out of time, wings it. Oh, bad ball. Chris Henry Jr. was open, and it is incomplete. He may have found his favorite target, though.
I was going to say, immediately just like Madden spamming the guy. And I love it. I mean, why not go to your best receiver? The future, is like you're saying, man.
It's like the only way to compare Chris Henry Jr., it is like a praying mantis. Like, it's just the tallest, quickest, like moving all over the field. Unfortunately, Henry's going to come off the field right now. We saw him for one play with the first team offense. Brock Boyd on the inside outside for Ohio State. Noah Bato on the inside. Also got Phillip Bell and Jaquaden Guilford on the right. Claire's looking left. Out of time, definitely would be sacked. They will call the play. He definitely would have been sacked. John Walker and Quay Rusall getting to the quarterback. There, again, more transfers making the difference. John Walker and Quay Rusall from Central Florida and Alabama getting after the QB. Negative, St. Clair held it too long or couldn't find anything. Positive, AP, second team Like, these could be starters out
Agreed.
there on the defensive line getting after the QB.
I was going to say, Quay Russal's got a lot of praise from Larry Johnson this offseason. He could be an impact player very, very quickly on.
All right, 4th down. They're going to go Hawkins here. Snap back, ball down. Oh, a lot of wind on that one, and he got it. He got it.
Man, jeez.
So the Gray gets 2 points for a stop.
Okay, I actually like that. That's fun scoring.
I dig it. And the offense, the Scarlet, is going to get a made field goal for Connor Hawkins. Would love a replay. That looked to be about 30, 35 yards on that one, Aiden. But new kicker for the Buckeyes. Looks good so far. Let's, spam your FGs. The offense scored. Again, impressive for the defense. You got John Walker and Quay Russell. Definitely would have been a half a sack each getting after Tavian St. Clair. That was a fun drive. You got St. Clair going to Henry Jr. You got a lot of stuff all over the place there. So I thought that was good. And real quick, before this next drive gets going, we do want to let you guys know that today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. And look, here's the deal. I'm using the Prize Picks app every day right now, and for good reason, because Prize Picks is the best app to win cash while watching sports, whether it be the basketball playoffs, daily baseball games, even golf and soccer. It's the reason I'm on Prize Picks every day. Just like I said, they're also my favorite part of Prize Picks overall, though. It has always been how easy it is to use, because you just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. Here's a example of a season-long lineup. Joe Burrow, more on the total passing yards over the year. Let's go big year Burrow, more. Dak Prescott, passing touchdowns. I think Dak's going to have a big year too, so we went more there. Hey, if you don't like it, go less. You can follow me right now on Prize Picks at Billy_BB. Yes, just like social media. Give me a follow on Prize Picks. Also, new user offer right now. You download the Prize Picks app today with the link in the comments and the description. Use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Appreciate your patience on that one, guys. Julian Sand delivering a long ball up to the 45-yard line to Nate Roberts. That's where the Buckeyes are at now on 2nd and 10. Sand will take off. He'll keep it. Room to work. And, the fans want to see him run. Sand scrambling. I will say, though, AP, he is trying to the very last second to try and throw it.
Yes.
Certain point, go, dude. Go. Don't go because you have no options. Go because you thought it was the right move.
Agreed there. You have to be decisive in your running. If you're running because you're out of options, chances are you're out of options. And they're on you, too. So it's like, they've probably gone through that thought process, too. Great point by you.
The offense, the Scarlet, has a touchdown and a field goal. Touchdown for the first team, saying scrambling TD. And then a field goal by the second team unit. And the defense got a stop on that field goal, which is how they got their 2 points. Boom, batted down and picked off at the line of scrimmage. The defense coming up strong.
Whoa.
I don't know if the same player batted it that picked it. It is... That's Bo Atkinson, the second year from UNC. No, it got batted down by... Who batted that? Edric Houston? No, Will Smith Jr. pops it up in the air, and Bo Atkinson comes down with it. How many points is a pick worth?
I was going to say, I have to imagine maybe another 2.
That's a three-pointer. That's a three-pointer.
All right.
Spam your Ds. That's defense, baby. Your INTs as well. Spam your Ds, your INTs. Will Smith Jr. batting the ball down at the line of scrimmage. Bo Atkinson, the second-year transfer from UNC, picking it off. Second-team offense back out there. St. Clair, favor a key. Nice move to his left. Now to the inside. Gets popped a little bit. And... I'll say that's probably the first good run so far for Favorite Key. Got a little dicey inside-outside, juking his men out. A little shifty there. I like it.
A little shifty, but my point for you, Billy, was that up until this point has actually been to his detriment. You know, sometimes you just got to get a little north and south and trust, even if it's not always visible, if it's not always there, trust that it will open up that running lane for you. So,
good call there. Yeah, a lot on the O-line for sure. St. Clair now under center, which is interesting. Chris Henry to the right, Brock Boyd to the left. It's a give to favor a key. Gets spun around and finally thrown down. Look, I like Favorite Key. I said Favorite Key was a guy to watch. It appears he is so far, good or bad. I'll say AP. We got Chris Henry, Brock Boyd. Let's throw the rock, baby. Come on, man.
What are we doing? We don't got to run this ball, man.
I like Favorite Key. It's not what the people came to see.
That's right.
They're sitting in raindrops. Come on. Let's air it out a little bit. Chris Henry to the right. Brock Boyd to the left. Extra tight ends up front. First down and 10 for the Scarlet. Gray's catching up. Defense catching up here. St. Clair. Snaps. Gives. Favorite Key again. Nice move by Favorite Key. Got about 4 yards up to the 40-yard line. That was a first down anyway for the Buckeyes. So it'll be second down and probably about 6.
That was a nice move, Billy, but that's once again where I see him actually cut back one hole a little bit to the left too far, where when he's cutting, let's say he cuts back 2 holes, he should have cut back 1 and then back to the right. Me saying, the professional running back, me knowing what I'm talking about.
Hey, AP's got the vision. I
had the vision for it. He's got to cut right back to the right there, and he's breaking one.
St. Clair in the shotgun on 2nd and 5. He'll pass. Long bomb. Here we go. Henry's open. Touchdown! Tavian St. Clair airing it out. And Chris Henry Jr., a 5-star touchdown for a 5-star prospect. And the Chris Henry Jr. era begins at Ohio State with what he believes will be his future quarterback, Tavian St. Clair, airing it out.
Wow, man. 2 huge plays already. And I'd like to note already, great tracking skills from Chris Henry Jr. That's 2 times now where it's not been like on the money perfect types of throws, but good enough where it puts you in position where it's out of the defense's hands and a 50-50 ball for you. And he does a great job of bringing both those balls down. Good stuff from CHJ, man.
Spam your C's for Chris Henry Jr. Extra point up and good. And Scarlet, we'll say the second team gets their first touchdown of the day. I liked your point, AP. Probably want to put a little more mustard on that if you're Tavian St. Clair. You got the big guy, and I know he can go up and get it, but he's kind of waiting on it. You'd rather have him streaking into the end zone as he catches that. However, St. Clair and Henry Jr., that connection's there, man. That connection is there for sure. I got to give Henry credit there and Tavian St. Clair credit there. A lot of fun. That's what you want to see right now, right? Is Tavian St. Clair to Chris Henry Jr. Spam your C's, guys. Spam your C's. TD for the Scarlet makes it 17-5.
Spam them C's. Let's try to get our first super chat as offense is coming back out here.
Yeah, we got some great super chat options today. As we're keeping this thing moving. Immediately, the first team offense going to get back out there. Any super chat today goes up on screen. We're looking for our first one. Whatever you want to say about the Buckeyes, go ahead and do it. We'll get your raffle entries, certain numbers in these eggs. How many raffle entries will you get? Open an egg there. And if we want to mess around, I brought the bunny ears. Hey. $10, I'll wear them for 5 minutes. Imagine that St. Clair to Chris Henry Jr. touchdown with these bad boys on while we're calling it. So a little bit of super chat fun here today. The first team offense on Scarlet back out there after an interception, tipped interception. Saying back to pass. Throws. Left side, incomplete. It was behind David Adolph. And David Adolph ran it back for one more year. He ended up being wide receiver 4 last year for the Buckeyes. They ran limited wide receivers. And when Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate went out, David Adolph was the next one up, not Mylan Graham, who transferred. Quincy Porter, who transferred. They called on an older player, good route runner, in David Adolph. Saying on 3rd and 9, little bit of pressure. He got tapped on the shoulder. He got tripped. I don't know. Knocked around, got tipped. McCune comes back and snags it. Devin Sanchez had the coverage there. He knocked it away from McCune. Good contact there for the first team who's not tackling. First team is playing thud. Second team is tackling, so it is a little bit of a confusing situation there, and they'll call it incomplete. So good coverage by Devin Sanchez. Seems like he's having a good day today so far, AP.
Solid comment as well from Logic Tremble. Want to give him the ball by design. I'm sure you're talking about Chris Henry Jr. here, keeping his confidence up with all the Boyd talk. I feel you, but I actually think that's not quite the case just because they know what type of guy they got in Chris Henry Jr. Quite frankly, I think they know he doesn't need anybody but Chris Henry Jr. to get his confidence up. I think that's it. But they just know that he's a great talent, so they're also going to feed him.
Great points there. So the defense, the gray, they get 2 points on that one. It'll be 17-7 now. Back deep, Innis will get a tougher return. Limited contact as he's back at the 20. Big year for Brandon Innis.
That's right.
He said it himself. He wants to be a first-round pick like all the other 5-stars, and he was a 5-star himself, so he has big expectations. Look, if you're a Heartline 5-star, make it happen, dude. You got really no excuse. They're all doing it. They're all making the pros. Man, we're having fun here so far. A lot of action in this one. If you missed it, we have a Julian Sand rushing touchdown. We have a Chris Henry Jr. from Tavian St. Clair touchdown. We have a Will Smith Jr. batted ball, Bo Atkinson interception today. Little rowdy AP. I'll say this, though. I've got my notes. Who has impressed you most so far?
So far, I'll just go the easy way out. I am most impressed with Chris Henry Jr. I think sometimes you also have to take into account, like, the hype that has come with it. Like, yes, we know he's great, right? Like, that's why he was the player that he was recruited to be. But when you have those expectations, after having followed after the expectations of a Jeremiah Smith and of the wide receiver U stuff and the Heartline stuff, it's like, how does he live up to it, and what does he do? He immediately is making 2 giant plays downfield and immediately showing us all of the on-field traits that we knew that he already had. So I think right now it's easily Chris Henry Jr., but shout out Tavian St. Clair, because so far I've not seen any throw that I'm like,
bad.
It's a turnover-worthy play.
Yeah.
Or it's,
he had the one that was a little, like, off-right of Chris Henry Jr., but he was running. I think a part we have to remind ourselves today, too, is, like, these guys are trying to figure out, like, am I down? Would I have been sacked? Then they just kind of have to figure out, throw it anyway.
Right.
But great point at Chris Henry Jr. The vertical threat right now. It looks like a serious vertical threat with Chris Henry Jr. Would you agree? I
would agree, and I'll even take you one step further, because, like, oh man, because, like, we're talking about the deep threat ability so far that I'm seeing right now of, like, a Carnell Tate last year, but we're talking about the, like, maybe everything else, maybe not slightly as just, like, raw of an athlete, maybe everything else like Jeremiah Smith. We might be talking about the best versions of those two guys mixed together. You know, the frame, the size, the athleticism, the strength, the deep playability, the intermediate, the route running, the release. It's a scary mix.
I like it, and it does at 6'5", and they did say he's now over 200. So at 6'5", 205, Chris Henry Jr. appears to be on track to, I don't want to say completely replace, but like try and fill that Carnell Tate hole of, vertical threat, quick, long strides. I know Tate, like, not quite 6'5", but hey, just another advantage for Ohio State. 17-11 now. I guess maybe that stop got him more. I'm not sure what happened. We had 7. I don't know if a forced punt's 4.
Yeah, and they didn't come out of timeout or commercial break there.
All right. Well, we'll give the defense 11.
4 more points. All right.
Might have missed exactly how they got it. The wind and rain a little bit coming in for Ohio State. They said they'll play as long as there's no lightning. We're in the second quarter now. Second team offense. Almost intercepted on the right side, but it is knocked down and away. Believe that is Inky Jones.
Ooh, okay.
Brenton Inky Jones, a former walk-on who has now worked his way up to the second team defense at his time at Ohio State. Spam your Inkies, people. I know he's a fan favorite. Let's get our Inkies in the chat. Brenton Inky Jones with the knockdown. Former walk-on. He's a Steubenville, Ohio product.
Okay.
St. Clair will send a back wide right. This should be another walk-on there. That is Brennan Schramm. St. Clair to pass, throws over the middle. Henry Jr. caught at the 50. Chris Henry Jr. wrapped up and brought down. That's a first down for the Scarlet. And the St. Clair to Chris Henry Jr. Connection continues. A little bit behind him on that one, AP, but I think he knew there were no defenders there. He had room to work on that.
I was just about to say that, where it was like a little bit more of a veteran move there, having that spatial awareness. Yes, you're running a slant there, but okay, we got space, and it's behind me. I sit in this zone, and I take the ball where I can get it.
Henry will get off the sideline real quick. Haven't seen Brock Boyd since the first throw on the second team. Now St. Clair looking to pass. Big ball, long ball. Jerquaden Guilford's open, catches it. Oh, he lost it. Last minute defense making it happen. Nice ball from St. Clair.
Great ball.
And Blaine Bradford, the freshman safety from Louisiana, taking his time to get there. Guilford catches it, and the punch from the left arm of the freshman on freshman defense knocks it out of the hands of Jerquaden Guilford. Probably St. Clair's best throw, to be honest, of the day.
Easily. Ray Day took the words right out of my mouth there in the comment section saying Tavian looks comfortable.
He does.
Completely agree.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Scarlets. 6-point lead at 17-11. We've got 10:45 left in the second quarter. Favor a key again. Meet Quay Rusaw and Eli Lee at the line of scrimmage. Coming off the left side. Tough day for Favor a key, as he is wrapped up and brought down there. Quay Rusaw on that edge, AP. He looks talk about comfortable. He looks like he's been a Buckeye for a while. His black stripe's been removed. He's a part of this team.
Spam those who you gots. It's 17-11. We're in the second quarter. I want to know, S or G, Scarlet or Gray. Spam it while we're going through.
3rd down and 10. 10-minute mark hits. Here's St. Clair. He'll look to his right. Going for another one over the middle. Oh, knocked down, knocked around, and knocked away by Cam Calhoun.
Well, Billy, there's our first turnover-worthy play.
Yeah, you talked about St. Clair hasn't thrown anything too gutsy. I will say he had Guilford, then a little one-on-one.
Yeah.
But, hey, risky is risky.
That's right.
Calhoun had it in his hands. Actually, good defense by Guilford. He sticks a hand in there. So defense by the wide receiver. And Cam Calhoun is he was Michigan to Utah to Alabama, now to Ohio State. Making the play there. And let's see, no points for the Gray right now. Maybe they got special teams points, too.
That could happen. Maybe it's like they're trying to incentivize
but wouldn't
the
that
punters.
Be red Scarlet's points?
Maybe they're trying to, incentivize pinning them back.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And see, they'll get 1 point for what they just did. So I don't know. They
just got a point for that?
They went to 12.
I'd have to imagine it's because it's inside the 5.
Makes sense.
That would probably be why.
Maybe it's a full thing. But
okay.
Gray will get a point for the stop and the pin back here. Let us know who you got. Come on, get in the comment section. Pretty close game. Essentially, Scarlet is offense, Gray is defense. Scarlet or Gray, who you got down in the comment section below. Tyler says G. G climbing up on the offense right now, AP. 9:51 left in the second quarter. We're having a lot of fun on the spring game today. Timon says S. I got to go S just because, it's built. It's built for the offense.
It is built for the offense. I agree. I'm going S here, but G would certainly have me feeling. I don't know how I'd feel.
Andrew Connell says G. He's a defense guy. All right.
Big defense guy.
Saying time to pass, too much time. I would call that a sack. Yeah, they will call that a sack on Julian saying under pressure there. Again, I'd love a replay. There are a couple different players in on that one. Andrew Connell, we said your favorite player would definitely be, in my opinion, is you love Chris Henry Jr. A couple tall guys.
Yeah, tall guys stick together.
We know you love Chris Henry Jr.
I feel
Drew.
like
cast that vote in the poll below.
Yeah, I feel like you love you some Brock Boyd, Andrew. I could be wrong, but I feel like you just like separation, right? You just get open, make the play. Maybe too tall for his own good.
Yeah, that happens.
It's true.
That happens.
It can happen to people. I've heard that.
Sayan's got options. 3 receivers left. 2 receivers right. 2nd and 18. Gray got 2 points for that sack. Now Sayan steps up again. Are we calling another sack? Yeah.
Oh,
they will. Give him 2 more.
Now
Give him 2 more.
We might have a real close game on our hands now.
17-16. There it is. The D-line. I think that was Kenyatta again.
Wow. 17-16. But real ball knowers appreciate great defense. That's right. That's why if you asked here at the Ohio State Football Report last year, that's why the best team in college football was Ohio State. Don't ask the Indiana Hoosiers. Don't ask them.
I like Ray Day says, I like the receivers this year bringing varying skill sets. I agree with you there, my friend. Saying, time to pass. He'll get it out quicker this time. Jacoby Jackson has room to work. To the 20, to the 25. He's wrapped up at about the 28. They'll let him keep going all of a sudden before he's taken down. And again, this is where it's got to be confusing for the defense where you're just like, I don't know. You said don't hit him. I tapped him, and now you're letting him bull through me. But, I mean, again, we're having fun here. I'm acting like that's Michigan. It's Buckeye on Buckeye crime at this point. Triangle Lover Square says, what's up, y'all? Glad to have you.
If you haven't already, hit that sub button.
4th down and 8. 17-16 game. Defense is coming on. 2 receivers right, 1 left. David Adolph on the left. I believe that's Phillip Bell and wide right McCune. Wide right, off to see. Saying, stepping up, time. He got tapped. He'll throw it wide left of his receiver. He was looking, but not enough on it. It was intended for 86. The transfer tight end, Mason Williams, the former Ohio Bobcat, couldn't get it, and Gray has taken the lead. A 4th down stop got him 3 points. Spam your threes. The defense got some threes. Here's the confusing part, AP. So the second team offense just takes over.
I guess. I
love it. I love it.
It's yeah.
Spam your threes. Defense got 3 points on that 4th down stop there. Saying putting it just outside the outstretched arms of Mason Williams. Tough drive for both the offensive line and Saying. Took 2 big sacks there.
I can't see. People are I think putting like an emoji in the chat. I can't see that specific emoji.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's a different language, but it's shifted around.
It's weird.
So, yeah, we'll be 1st down and 10 at the 25 for the second team, Scarlet. Favor a key again. Favor a key wrapped up and brought down. Kind of a mix here, AP. You don't want to blame Favor a key too much, but he's also really just not making anything happen.
I was going to say, I mean, he's probably, in my head, in my own tally, probably close to 10 total touches at this point. I think he had the 1, maybe 2 catches out of the backfield, and then probably like 5 rushing attempts or something like that.
Yeah, I would guess he's around 20,
25
21 yards.
Yeah, total yards, something like that. So,
I will say Chris Henry Jr., 3 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown so far.
My God.
Now they will flip to the other side of the field for the second team on 2nd and 9. I don't think that's where they wanted him. Throws, Henry Jr. catches it, falls to the ground, and drops it. I think that one was behind him as well.
Yeah.
And I will agree with you there, Tyler. That has been a huge note. Yeah, saying, I don't hit him in the chest. Got to catch it. Henry dropped that one. Tyler says defense always ahead of the offense this time of year. I agree. That definitely has been the vibe of spring practice.
Great point.
So St. Clair trying to communicate here on a 3rd down and 9. 6:45 left before halftime. Ryan Day, I also like AP. Good opportunity today. He's just behind, whether it be the offense, the punter. He's like just behind them. So that gives you the ability to communicate, try things. He's running everything. Arthur Smith on the sideline calling plays. St. Clair to pass. Deep ball, long ball, diving out for it, not being able to reel it in. Incomplete. I believe that's Desi Jones. St. Clair gave him a good opportunity. That is Desi Jones. And Jones kind of tripped. I don't know if from contact. Good ball by St. Clair. That's good defense. He had to really put it out there for him. And so 4th down and 9, I think they're going to go for it. Brock Boyd's on the sideline. He's having a tough day after the initial 1 catch.
Got to see our boy get back involved again.
Buckeyes will punt. Scarlet will punt, not the Buckeye. The offense isn't just the Buckeyes. So good job by the defense. Innis will return. Fair caught at about the 20-yard line.
All right, so now let's see if they actually award points for this. I feel like they
So we're at 19 as they got good call. We should double check this.
19-17. They got pinned on the 19-yard line inside the 20. So I would think it would make sense to get points for an inside the 20 punt. It would be more so for like inside the 10, inside the 5.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see if they update these points after they're coming out of this graphic here with the 2026 schedule for Ohio State, which notable schedule here, by the way. Yeah, side note.
Yeah, we've done that video here on the channel. There's a specific stretch that's really tough for the Buckeyes. Good comment here by Sage. He says Sand been sacked 6 times so far. It's close. I'm trying to find live stats. I'll see what I can do there.
So Gray was awarded 4 points.
Yeah, you're right on that. So
is it if
but
you're inside the 20?
I don't know. That is an interesting thought there. But Gray getting an even bigger lead now with the stop and the forced punt. Justin Martin now in at quarterback for the Buckeyes. Favorite key lost in the backfield. Tried to get it back inside, wrapped up and brought down.
This will be interesting to see some of the reps from Justin Martin, honestly, because when we first heard of him committing to Ohio State, it was like, okay, this is your immediate backup plug and play. If, God forbid, Sand goes down middle of the season, like this is who you're going to trust to run the offense. I mean, if he doesn't look all that commanding of who's out there right now, does Tavian St. Clair have that chance to be the QB too?
Yeah, it definitely seems as so. I have always gotten the vibe with Martin as he looks right, dumps it, incomplete, got smacked away by, should be Miles Lockhart. That is Miles Lockhart knocking it away. Yeah, Martin has started 1 college football game. He is a senior. He started 1 game for UCLA in 2023, and then he did some time with Maryland. Now he's with the Buckeyes. My vibe was he was Ryan Day's old quarterback in the room. Sand obviously still pretty young. St. Clair young. Freshman Luke Fahey, and then Justin Martin. But we'll see what he's got, AP. I mean, he was heavily recruited as a 4-star. Martin to pass, looking right, throws a little bit short, but it is caught by Jerquaden Guilford, just short of the first down. So Martin's moving him. And that was 3rd and 8, so it'll be 4th and short. I will also note, man, somebody should have told Martin, just been like, look, 16. 16, you really got to do it if you're going to pick 16.
It's just not it. And listen, before I hear some people with the Arch Manning stuff, there are just some numbers, dude. There's some numbers that only work on certain people. That's just truth.
It's rowdy. It's rowdy. I agree with you there. Numbers mean something. They do.
They do.
And they'll give the Scarlet the first down there. So Martin will give up the middle. It is Favor Akey once again carrying for the Buckeyes.
And with Favor Akey getting a carry, numbers meaning something. Billy, what's up with Legend Bay?
I know. I was telling AP pregame, word out of camp, Legend Bay, who's injured. We talked about that pregame. Really hyped up recruit for the Buckeyes, and he's been proving it. He got injured. We also heard some rumors, him and Carlos Lachlan, the running backs coach, getting into it, took away his number. He was number 2. He's been wearing 44. He now got his number back. He is now number 2 today. Not playing, though. Martin looking down the left sideline. Guilford again, and we'll get a holding call here. I thought it was holding. Cam Calhoun, a little grippy on the jersey there as Guilford turned. And that'll be a first down for the, still second-team offense, I'd say. Scarlet out there. I am also interested to see if that's enough for Tavian St. Clair in Ryan Day's eyes, or if it's just, let's get everybody some run. Yeah, Isaiah West, Bo Jackson, they have shoulder injuries. Turbo Rogers is out with an injury, and Legend Bay out with an injury. Those are just your running backs with injuries today. Martin in the gun. Jaden Ricketts left. Also has a man in motion coming off to his right. Martin, another pass down the left sideline. Man open, caught it. Ooh. Incomplete now. I believe that's Ricketts he was looking for.
It's a very well layered throw by Martin.
That is Jaden Ricketts. Also got some good late defense there from Cam Calhoun. So little good, little bad from Cam Calhoun. And they're letting Martin go for it. I mean, this is a guy, AP, who's like not inexperienced. He's been through the process of the spring and fall and, being a backup, being a starter. He's done it all in college. So this should really just be about getting comfortable with your teammates. 2nd and 10. Martin, quick pass. Whoa, miscommunication there. Ricketts stayed where he was. Martin bombed it. And it ends up incomplete. Almost intercepted if Dominic Kelly, the Georgia transfer, had jumped a little bit. Dominic Kelly, a guy making waves who, he's out there now, but haven't really seen him yet against the 1s or 2s.
300 people watching with us right now. We are trying to beat a sub goal. Last Ohio State stream was for March Madness's game, around a 64. Billy killing it there. Got 173 subs. We are trying to beat that today.
Martin snaps. Time. Pressure's on. Rolls to his right. He can run. We got a pancake in the backfield. Martin will keep it. And on 3rd and 10, he'll be about 5 yards short of a first down for Ohio State.
I love a pancake, Billy. Did we see what number that was back there?
Oh,
man. I'm excited about this O-line play. And like I said, continuing to focus on them because a lot of college football teams have a revolving door. And simply put, like during the offseason, Ryan Day was kind of like, we're just going to run it back. We're pretty much just going to run it back. We might plug in like one new guy. We got some new recruits coming in. Other than that, continuity. Having a couple of stream issues here.
The punt is back. Yeah, I missed the number on that pancake, as it'll be fair caught. Gray's going to get more points here, AP. We'll see how many. Up 23-17, 3:32 left. I'm also interested to see if the first-team offense comes back out or the day is done for them. Timon asks, how's JJ looking? Couple early catches for JJ. He absolutely was like one guy on a pitch count. He did like one drive, I think, and was out.
Yeah.
But he had some catches. He had some nice catches, and the Buckeyes scored on that drive. So he and Julian looked pretty in sync to start that one, and I think it was a good preview of the year to come. Rain really coming down in Columbus. As I said, they declared they'll play through the rain. It'll be the lightning that we're watching for. Gotcha. After that, we'll do this play and then do it. So St. Clair back out there at quarterback. Moves Mason Williams off the line slightly on the left. Henry Jr. and Phillip Bell on the right. Bell in motion. We give Jacoby Jackson up the middle to the left, wrapped up and brought down on the side there. Quick reminder, ladies and gentlemen, today's show is brought to you by Prize Picks. I got to let you guys know, every day now I'm using the Prize Picks app, and that is because Prize Pick is the best place to win cash while watching sports. That's right. Basketball playoffs, daily baseball games, even golf and soccer. Win cash while watching sports. Who doesn't want that? My favorite part of the Prize Picks app always has been, always will be how easy it is to use. You go more or less on a few player stats, and then you lock in your lineup. Here's an example. We got basketball playoffs this weekend. Victor Wembanyama, the double-double. At a half, we're going to go more there to say he's going to snag that one. And then points, rebounds, assists for Jaylen Brown. An example there of bundling all together. We're going more on 36.5. And again, points, rebounds, assists all together for Jaylen Brown. There also, maybe you guys follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Prize Picks. Just like a social media app, you can follow me, producer Aiden, other chat sports personalities. My username is @Billy_BB. Download the Prize Picks app today. The link in the comment section and the description. Use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. It is 3rd down and 1. TV and St. Clair will give it to Jacoby Jackson off the left side. Quickly wrapped up, quickly brought down in the defensive line. Getting to Jacoby Jackson extremely quick on that one.
Oh, no. Billy saying no calves. Andrew saying no calves. Must not be confident.
Okay, true.
Asking about our Prize Picks lineup. Yeah, I guess he's not confident in his calves. I don't know.
That was Jameer Perez, the Cleveland Glenville product on the stop. 4th down and 2 for the offense. Gray up by a touchdown now. The defense cruising. Give Jackson stuffed at the line. Eli Lee of Akron Hoban wrapped him up and took him down. Corey Wilder was the other player in on that one. Woo! Gray, the defense turns the tides quick.
Sage, Ohio has got it called on the nose. Defense owns the day so far. Yeah, we've had some highlight flash plays from some of our guys on offense, but it's just cute little stuff compared to what the defense is doing right now, man. I mean, they're showing up to play.
I agree with you there, AP. Eli Lee's had a very good day, the Akron-Hoban linebacker. Linebacker's a competitive group, so having Eli Lee out there making a difference matters. 1:13 left in the second quarter. Sincere Johnson checking back out there. Man, we're getting a lot of Ohio. We go Jameer Perez from Glenville on the tackle. Eli Lee from Hoban on the tackle. Now Sincere Johnson from Glenville checking in. 1:13. Gray up 27-17 now after that stop. Shout out Aiden doing a great job keeping the scoreboard updated. We appreciate him on that today.
I got a challenge for them at half, Billy.
Love that. Love that. We're still looking for our first super chat of the day as well.
And that's part of the challenge.
Okay. Love it. Back to pass. Luke Fahey, the freshman from California, delivers quickly on the left side. Caught, wrapped up, and brought down is Hunter Welsing, the Northwestern transfer. AP, man, Hunter Welsing, who we predicted to maybe win a starting job early, out there with Luke Fahey, the freshman. That's interesting.
Very interesting. Nate Roberts, another one that's been mentioned a lot. Had a couple of catches so far today.
I will also note Sam Greer from Akron-Hoban, the giant, in at left tackle.
Oh, yes.
Fahey puts one up in the air. Guilford getting held as it's aired out. No flag, no call, and incomplete. Pretty good ball from Luke Fahey there. I thought there was a little too much contact, in my opinion. Number 19, that is Jordan Woods, one of the lengthier corners for Ohio State.
You know what, Billy? Let's give him a head start on the challenge, all right? We have yet to get our... Oh, just kidding.
Oh, no.
Just kidding.
Oh,
the first
no.
super has come in for the day. Well, I was just about to say, before we got our first super, as the play, you're scrambling there, we got our first super from James Yoder of Michigan Football Report. We'll go ahead and throw that up as soon as it loads. But we got our first super, and to continue off of that, if we can get to $50 in super chats, I will do a boot for you guys.
I love that. Fahey scrambled on that last play. Now we'll look for Brock Boyd. Caught. Not it complete, though. Boyd toe tapped at about the 2-yard line. And we are still waiting on the real white lightning to get loose here. Our first super chat of the day comes from a Michigan fan, folks.
Classic.
You don't love that.
You don't love that. Honestly, I think the last super chat that I loaded was also from Michigan fans that came to troll during March Madness. So now the first and the last supers of these live shows have been from Michigan fans, you guys.
Yoder in the building right now, reminding us all what the deal is in college basketball. The Scarlet currently going for a field goal courtesy of freshman Luke Fahey. Snap back, ball down, in the wind, in the rain, Hawkins, no good. No good.
So now the question, Billy, is if they miss a kick, does the other team get a point or two, or is it
That's a good question.
Just scratch?
And the Buckeyes are looking like, I don't know if those guys are hitting the field.
Okay, so they just called it. They said, why play 2 seconds? Oh! Yoder says boot. You got it. You got it, Yoder.
Yoder wants AP to do a boot. I love it. Good halftime energy.
Let's
it is
go.
pouring in Columbus. The Buckeyes get one half of action in.
And before we get to the $50 super chat, want to shout out Yoder for the $5 saying, quick reminder, Michigan won the Natty in football and basketball in the last 3 years and has won 80% of the games versus OSU football this decade. Okay, all right.
All factual, but all organized to really sound good. I think he
got
really
that from his
fluffed
notes app.
up those facts.
He got that from his notes app for sure. He thought about that one for sure. And we got a boot We got a boot. So I'll take myself off screen. I'll ask you guys a question. Billy will hold it down real quick while I grab all that stuff, and we'll be back to get this party started for halftime. Sounds like a plan. Yoder, shout out to him. Yeah, he's Michigan, but let's get some JYs in the chat. James Yoder, or just spam Yoder in the chat. Yeah, we got a bang from Ty Man the Buckeye. We got OHs from Ohio State Mike. Any of those will work.
Good energy. Yeah, before you go AP, when we're done here, flip like a spam OHIO on there. We got halftime in Columbus. Rain's coming down hard. The defense stealing the show as of right now. Gray leading Scarlet. We're also going to keep an eye on updates. They said they will play in the rain. Now, that is what they said. I want to keep an eye on what exactly they're doing there. Halftime in Columbus. Gray, a.k.a. the defense, leading the offense, 27-17. Stars, definitely Chris Henry Jr. Should be at about 3 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown. Good day by him. I also have Devin Sanchez right now as a guy that has played really, really well for Ohio State. See what you guys think. Spam your OHIOs or let me know who you guys think is playing well so far in this one. Aiden's going to get a boot lined up here. I'm gonna try and find live stats as well for the Ohio State spring game.
Man, that's going to be an adventure. That'll be fun. I'll tell you what, we were doing some A-Day coverage for Alabama, and it was like every single outlet had a different number. So it's tough. All right. You wanted it.
It is, AP. Come on, baby.
You got it. Yoder is giving us the boot with a $50 super chat. Shout out to you, Michigan Football Report, and the boys down in Dallas. We will see you soon for the draft. And how about it? While we're at halftime, only for halftime, how about that? Just so we don't get all crazy here. Any other $50 super chat until we come back in the action is another boot. But it has to be a $50 super chat because we got to pick things up here. So if you guys want to see more of that, I'm down for it. I'm down for it. So any more 50s would be another one. But shout out to Yoder, keeping things going here, pouring up a boot, a happy dad. That is the drink of choice for Chat Sports here. And we got a nice little boot here. All right.
Yoder's told us he's got us up on the Tesla.
No.
Yeah.
On the Tesla.
He's got a picture on Twitter. I love it.
Love it, dude. Love it. The Ohio State football, that's a flex, man. Maybe one day I'll be able to watch Chat Sports in my Tesla.
Hey, come on. All right, hey, people, let's spam your APs. Let's spam your APs.
Let's go, let's go.
Super chat from the boss has Aiden doing a boot chug real quick. Spam your APs.
Down the hatch.
Our producer making it happen, keeping the energy at halftime. Aiden, get it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's my producer right there, man.
It's gone.
Come on. Come on. Spam your APs down in the chat. Producer AP cooking with that one.
Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Getting the party started, or should I say keeping the party going. AC's in the chat watching it. Hey, man. You got to do one with me. You got to do one with me when we're down in Dallas.
Oh, we got it. We will.
We got to do a boot with
doubt
AC,
about
man. Got to do a boot with you.
I got to note some celebrities on the sideline today. A lot of the upcoming draft guys are at this game. Caden Curry, Sonny Styles. Saw Ethan Anianwa there. That was interesting. Jackson Smith in Jigba. Size 10.5. Jackson Smith in Jigba on the sideline. Also, AP, little connection here.
Oh, yeah?
So, Ohio State got transfer Justin Pippen from Cal.
Yeah.
In the basketball realm, Justin Pippen transfers. He has brought his dad on campus today.
No.
Scottie Pippen is on the sidelines of Ohio State. Ohio State's 2026 spring game.
Oh, man.
So winner on my winners list might be celebrities on the sideline.
And does his son, or does his other son, Junior, does he still play for the Lakers?
Yeah, I think Junior's in the league.
If he still plays for the Lakers, that's a very busy day for him.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it's Grizzlies or late. He's been a little all over the place. looking for. I'm gonna
Buckeye says, got no boot, but I'll pack a bowl, man. Well, everyone's going to assume you're talking cereal here.
Hey, if you're home chilling, get yours, man. If you're at home chilling, get yours. Responsibly, of course.
I love it. All right.
Still going to try and find live stats. AP, if you jump on screen, get after it for just a second while I search here. See if I can find
from the
live.
peanut gallery here. Let's go with... it's about the same thing here. Let's go with who is your player of the game so far? With Gray, the defense being up 27-17 right now. Defense has kind of been the name of the game so far. Gotten to see some drives from all the quarterbacks. Luke Fahey got in. Justin Martin got in. Tavian St. Clair got in. And Julian Sand obviously started us off. But seeing some flashes from guys on offense. Obviously, Chris Henry Jr., I would assume, is going to steal the show for a lot of this. But, hey, I want to hear from you guys. Connor Viking saying, sup, Billy. Abyss saying, sister?
Connor.
Sister? Sure. Maybe your sister is the player of the game so far. I'm not sure. You could ask her. But I just want to know from you guys, of course, cereal, shifting eyes back and forth. Of course. Right. Yeah, your cereal of choice. But no, I just want to hear from you guys. I think it's probably Chris Henry Jr. I think Devin Sanchez has got to be up there. Like the corners in general, I feel like we've seen some big completions. We've also seen a lot of deep shots because I feel like of the lack of running backs. And, it's like you're bound to complete a couple of those, right? But to see like the plays on the ball by some of these corners, whether it's Devin Sanchez or it's Jermaine Matthews out of the nickel that we've talked about a lot this offseason. Couple of storylines to follow, that's for sure. More so, Billy, what I thought was really notable is how and this was more like a joke for us too, where we're building the graphics for the show, and all of a sudden we're looking back on all the big cams of Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese and Caden McDonald. And it's like, and Caleb Downs, and it's like, well, shit, we don't have any of these guys anymore. Yeah. Everybody is gone. So the entire defense is pretty much new. I mean, Kenyatta Jackson's back. There are a couple of faces that are back, but that I think is what the biggest question mark for me was coming into this. It's like, okay, how are they going to cover? How are they going to, how are they going to bracket Chris Henry Jr.? How are they going to attack the run game? Are there going to be lanes like wide open from this offensive line that clearly has more experience together? Like, is Kenyatta Jackson and John Walker going to get blown off the ball because they've only played together a certain amount of times when, Carson Hinsman and Josh Padilla have, done 100 double team blocks in their life? Like, that's a small nuance, but it's definitely something to think about too. And that's kind of what I was thinking about. So far, not a lot of concerns about the defense. They're flying around right now. I don't know about you, Billy.
No, I agree. And I was asked, I did a radio hit yesterday promoting the show and was asked two biggest struggles for the team in spring practice, kind of what they're looking at. I said the running back injuries and just replacing the guys that have left, right? Yeah. So, but to your point, you said they've done well, which they have, AP. I agree with you. Kind of a situation where they're running 4 guys to replace 2. Yeah. So it's like, you have to replace Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles. Well, you're going to use this many safeties to replace Downs, this many linebackers to replace Styles. So, look, it may not be a conventional, like Terry Moore is just replacing Caleb Downs, but Terry Moore and Leroy Roker in different situations, different ways. Yep. Yeah, maybe they can make up for what Caleb Downs used to do. Maybe not the entire way, but defense has impressed me so far. Defensive line has impressed me so far. Bo Atkinson, who I just really didn't know what his place would be on this team this year. He didn't quite fit in year one. He lost starting job to Caden Curry, backup job to Zion Grady. Now he's kind of competing for a spot. I think he's looked good today. Yeah. Ray Russo obviously has looked good as well. And then the defensive tackles have turned it up a little bit and played pretty hard as well today too. I can't say Julian Sand played badly, but I'm definitely not going to say he played well.
Right.
And the more I'm separating myself from Tavian St. Clair, I like what he did today. I thought he was good. A lot of good throws, moved in the pocket well, was aggressive. And I thought he tried hard not to scramble. It seemed like he was trying not to just take off. which I give him credit for, which is kind of funny because everybody likes him because he scrambles, and
Right.
yet here he is trying to work on the other part of his game. But, man, they're showing his highlights now. He just aired it out, man. Really felt like he was loose, comfortable. And, look, if you're in a tough situation, and I would say Julian Sayin did this pretty well with Jeremiah Smith, you're trying to figure it all out and get it all going, why not go to your number one guy? And that's what Tavian St. Clair did. Just kept going to Chris Henry Jr. over and over and over.
Yeah. And I want to touch on another point that your discussion of, Leroy Roker and Terry Moore, multiple guys replacing one guy. That brings me back to this point from Ray Day 2053. Shout out to you, man. It was a great comment on, I like how the receivers this year bring varying skill sets. And I wanted to kind of dive into that too, because that's true very intentionally so across this entire roster. And more so every year, college football has become like professional sports. Mm-hmm. So of that model, you are then building teams like professional sports. Like if you're in the NFL, you're talking about you need one big body receiver and you need one slot receiver and you need one that can separate. And to that thought, it's like, how can we get this guy that complements that guy, that complements this guy, but they all kind of, it's a sum of their parts type of thing. And I think that's definitely something that they had in mind heavily this offseason when you talk about the transfer portal, when you talk about the recruits, and then obviously when you talk about their overall plan with how they're going to disperse their NIL money, because they were very, very purposeful about, it's not a 1-for-1 for Caleb Downs. Maybe we need 3 guys, but those 3 guys' eligibility stretches across multiple years, and we can have them for a time. We can develop them and build them. They were very intentional about that, and I just wanted to expand on that because I agree. It feels like it like you're saying, they're attacking, filling 2 spots with 4 or filling 3 with 6, and the depth and variety I think are going to be huge parts of this Ohio State team this year.
Agreed. I think transfer portal, Ryan Day obviously went for experience. I mean, that's how the transfer portal is going to be, but he didn't go for a Mylan Graham from another school. He said, I want a guy that's played 4 years of college football and is going to play 1 more. I also think the Buckeyes were pretty comfortable letting Mylan Graham and Quincy Porter go because they're pretty similar to the other types of receivers they have. And they said, let's get a speedster in Devin McCune. Yep. Let's get somebody who's untapped, great with yards after the catch, and Kyle Parker. And then, of course, we were just talking about it. You made a great point. APR commenters have made a good point about it. The 4 freshman wide receivers. I mean this as an utmost confident, and I believe this is so true. 4 different animals that they have. You have a 6'5", 5-star alien in Chris Henry Jr., and then you have a kid named White Lightning, 3-star from the state of Texas, and Brock Boyd, and then everything in between with Jaquaden Guilford and Jaden Ricketts in your 4 receivers. There, screw the rain, baby. We're back for the second half. Let's get your OHIOs going. Get your OHIOs going. Second half action. The defense? Yes, the defense, ladies and gentlemen. Quick turnaround. What was it, AP? 17-2?
17-2, I believe. I know it started 10-2 or 15-2, something like that at the very least. It was not looking good for the great team.
These sacks piled up pretty quick. I know there were 2 specifically on one drive for Julian Sayin there. Curious to see what we get in the second half. It definitely seems Sayin and the starters are done. I don't know if we're going to get more St. Clair. I don't know. We got Luke Fahey and Justin Martin at the end of the half there, and we may get a whole half of Luke Fahey and Justin Martin. However, give me more Brock Boyd.
Come on.
And I will say right now, AP, let's do this. Number 1, favorite keys on my losers list right now. Just hadn't popped. I know that's all situational, but he hadn't popped.
He hasn't.
I want to see more. Number 2, we're not talking about it much, and I feel like it is what it is. Y'all wanted a tough Connor Hawkins field goal, 43-yarder in the rain missed. That's where we're at. So I don't want to say a loser, not a winner.
He is not a winner. And honestly, if you don't want to say it, I will, Billy. If you're not doing your job, you're losing as a kicker. I agree. Connor Hawkins, you bring him in to make the kicks. Make the kicks.
I can't understate how important it is to the people of Buckeye Nation to make your kicks. I can't tell you.
Dude.
Enough.
It's all they want. It's all they want.
So Tavian St. Clair talking with Arthur Smith. I would infer it looks like he will be back out to begin things for the Scarlet. Spam your OHIO. Second half is here. Let's get the energy back up. We need some super chats outside the boss, guys.
We do.
It's not cool. It's like your parents buying your Cub Scout fundraiser cookies or whatever.
That's exactly what it's like.
We need some super chats again. We'll mess around. I'll do the rabbit ears for 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
And I'll time.
$10 super chat.
No cheating for Billy. I'm the timer for the 5 minutes.
Yeah, and AP's going to be strict with it. We also have our Easter eggs. That's wild. We have our Easter eggs. Different raffle numbers in here. How many raffle entries can you win? $2 super chat. Plus, you get your message on screen. Shout out a player. Shout out a friend. Shout out the show. Good stuff there. Second half action. The Ohio State football spring game. This bad boy is moving. First half took under an hour. So we get into the third quarter of 12-minute quarters here. Buckeyes will start 1st and 10 at the 35. It is Tavian St. Clair, Jacoby Jackson out there, so we're getting a mix. And it looks to be the first team offensive line outside Carson Hinsman. St. Clair under pressure, dumps it. Jacoby Jackson makes the catch and gets knocked out of bounds. And a lot of first teamers still getting some run here. And I'll say AP, a couple guys just like, I'm not going to say like earning a spot necessarily, but like getting some run. Defensively, like Peyton Pierce is your starting middle linebacker. He's out there right now. So Buckeyes trying a lot of different things, getting a lot of different guys in different positions.
And I think offensively, zero in on those tight ends. We still have no idea who that starter could be.
Yeah, Brody Lennon out there for Ohio State, who we have not talked about at all. Give to Jacoby Jackson. He's wrapped up and brought down quickly. Not much there. The sophomore from Gilmore Academy, Brody Lennon. Going to get him on the depth chart. He has not been listed anywhere so far. So this is why we're glad to do the spring game. Get more names in the mix for the Buckeyes. We continue our push for subscribers today. We're cooking at 26,000 Ohio State Football Report subscribers. Appreciate you guys for that. We'd love to keep building the channel. More videos, more time into the channel. St. Clair rolls out to his right, loses time, has to throw it away. That was 3rd and 1. So Gray continues to play very well on defense. We got a big 4th down here, AP.
Already.
I want a St. Clair keeper.
I like it, man.
I know you don't want your quarterback getting hit, not the time, but I want to see the wheels. Give me the wheels.
It's spring, but screw it. Screw it. Run the guy. I like it.
So Kyle Parker back out there. We haven't seen a lot of Kyle Parker today, actually. And I will also note, we've seen a lot of Phillip Bell on the field, but not Phillip Bell doing anything. 4th down and 1. Lennon motions to the right. Now comes back to the left. St. Clair. It's going to be a give to Jacoby Jackson, I'm guessing. Nope. Look to his left. Has to be a quick throw. Too much time. Under pressure. Using his legs. Going to be something interesting if he wants. Now we'll keep it. Roundabout should be a 1st down.
It's got to be.
Look, that's one where I like it. I like the little look. But, I mean, if we were playing here, those guys aren't leaving a little thing for him. They're probably coming after him. But, hey, is what it is. Tavian St. Clair. He's coming to the sideline, so I don't know if they called that a stop or he's switching out.
Ryan Day walking on the field here.
Now, give Gray 3 more points for the stop.
All right.
3 more points to the defense, getting her done. Very interesting stuff.
30-17. Do we have a route in Columbus going on right now?
Wow.
Come on, oh.
So Justin Martin back out there for the Scarlet offense at quarterback. He'll get time to throw. He'll air it out down the sideline. Brock Boyd, ball up, ball batted down. Brenton Inky Jones with the right hand knocking it away. His second nice play of the day.
Having a good day today.
Inky Jones playing well for Ohio State. And again, a former walk-on now has earned a scholarship with the Buckeyes. And really, AP, He was at safety last year. Looks like he's worked his way into the second-team corner unit, which is a tough group to break right now with all the transfers. Martin motioning to Desi Jones. No, it'll be a give up the middle to favor a key, wrapped up and brought down.
Once again, favor brought down by or behind the line of scrimmage.
It's Darius McKinley, the Louisiana product who the Buckeyes got to flip from LSU. Defense is playing good today, folks, and they've really taken over. Now, Scarlet can get back in it. They can score and get more points quick, but the defense has played well. On a 3rd and 10, Martin's got Boyd on the left. He's got three different receivers right, including Welsing, the tight end. Martin under pressure. That's a sack for the defense. Corey Wilder bolting off the left side of the line, the freshman defensive end. And it is a defense type of day in Columbus.
That it is.
We do have a flag, though. Is on the defense? Yeah, it is. Holding on the defense. First down.
Wow.
That's killer.
Well,
that is Ryan Rudzinski, who I believe is also a walk-on senior.
Just got done saying, Billy, like, this thing's, we thought it was rigged for the offense, but right now the defense is just showing out.
Good job by Corey Wilder there, bolting off the edge.
What's up, Alex Armistead? Happy to have you joining us.
Be sure to subscribe if you're not already. We are the Ohio State Football Report by Chat Sports, presented by Prize Picks. Bring you all the latest with Ohio State football daily. Not just these live streams, but on the daily, we got different videos coming your way on anything Ohio State. First down and 10, St. Clair. He's got Lennon and Adolph on his right. It'll be a give to a key. Got about 2 or 3 yards before he's quickly brought down.
He's got to be at 10-plus touches today, Billy. Got to be.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Still
Not making the
found
most of it.
live stats necessarily anywhere, but maybe post-game we'll get something more. If not, we'll work off what we know, what we find.
Logic Tremble asking, is Ryan related to Jerry Rudzinski, former OSU linebacker?
It's a good question. It's possible. Well, I'll see if I can find that info. So a 2nd and 6 for Scarlet. Tavian St. Clair in at quarterback right now. St. Clair, give a key, dancing around in the backfield, wrapped up and brought down, nowhere to go. Tough day for Favor Aki, and
Thanks
it was
for the new
Epi
sub.
Satanale on the stop there.
Shout out to you, Alex. New subscriber here. Go Buckeyes.
Let's go, Alex.
Gotta
Everybody
love
want
it.
W's for Alex. Let's get some W's for Alex in the chat, our newest subscriber here on the Ohio State Football Report.
And with old, new, and incoming subscribers all the same, let me ask you guys a question with the action upon us here. Let's ask, how long have you been an OSU fan as the game keeps going on here?
St. Clair snaps, back to pass on a 3rd and 6. Floats it down the sideline. David Adolph reels it in at the 25-yard line, pacing the sideline. And the 5th-year senior, David Adolph, nice catch there. A guy who decided to run it back one more year for Ohio State. Doesn't look at AP. Same height as Chris Henry Jr., 6'5".
No.
David Adolph.
All right.
Dublin, Ohio, Dublin Jerome High School.
By the way, Logic Tremble, the answer to your question, yes. Ryan Rudzinski is the son of former Ohio State linebacker Jerry Rudzinski.
Love that. Scarlet looking to get back on the board. Very bunched up formation here at the 25. St. Clair gives a little bit more room to work for a key. Gets up to the 18-yard line.
Tyler K says he's been a fan his whole life. Me too. Me too, my man. I've been a fan my whole life. Now, I'll admit, I went to the University of Kentucky, so gotta rep those guys a little bit here and there as well. But been an OSU football fan my whole life. Shout out how long you've been a fan of the Ohio State Buckeyes. I know Time Man's probably been around for a while. I know he has. I know everybody's been around for a while. Alexan, almost my whole life.
Second and 6 for Ohio State. St. Clair fakes the give. Back to pass. He's looking end zone. Now we'll dump it off at about the 15-yard line to Devin McCune.
That's
First
my guy
time
this year,
today
Billy.
we've seen McCune make a catch.
That's my guy this year.
Okay.
That's my guy this year.
I like that.
I do think Brandon Innes will have like a great impact. Like maybe not as much as like a casual fan is giving him credit for, just because he's not like the most wow factor guy.
Sure.
I think he's just gonna be an intermediate guy. But Devin McCune, I'm liking the name this year.
Look, that speed's gonna do it. People are gonna like that.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 2 for Ohio State. 2:32 left to go in the third. Scarlett, it's been a defensive day, especially on the defensive line for the Buckeyes. Snap, fake, St. Clair looking over the middle. McCune, high ball away, incomplete. He wanted to keep it out of coverage, but St. Clair, you got to keep in mind, Devin McCune, actually, I thought he was shorter. It might be a little generous by the Buckeyes, 6 foot.
Really?
I think that's a little generous by the university.
Probably a little bit. I'd have to imagine. I'm like 5'9.5". I wouldn't be surprised if I'm eye level with Devin McCune. I wouldn't.
We've learned lately, AP, the measurements are sloppy over there.
Yeah.
The shoe sizes, the heights. On 4th and 2, give a key. I don't know if he got it. It's going to be tight. This defense is a unit right now. Eli Lee, again, in on the tackle there.
And front seven, Billy, like, that's one so far that if you asked about the Ohio State defense going into 2026, you wouldn't say, like, oh, front seven. Like, that's the thing you got to watch for. But right now, I would almost argue that they're playing the best because you're not hearing from them. You're not hearing that there was this giant gashed run up the middle on John Walker or James Smith or whoever it is trying to clog things up. But they're doing a really good job of just doing their job right now.
3 more points for Gray with the stop. So that'll be a stop for the Gray unit there.
Wow.
3 more for Gray. Lead is being really stacked up here. Freshman Luke Fahey in for Ohio State. He rolls to his right. He'll stop that. Ball's lost. Jumps back on it. Fahey dropped it.
Oof.
And they'll help him up off the ground, but that's on Luke Fahey. He didn't get touched.
Shout out to Abyss. Born near Ann Arbor, but both parents are OSU alums.
Okay.
You were raised right.
Okay.
You were raised right.
Yeah. Fight the power over in the state of Michigan.
That's right.
Make it happen.
That's right.
So Fahey, one of the interesting additions to this QB room, AP, a 3-star from the same area as CJ Stroud. So a California kid. On 2nd and 17, should have ended the third quarter. Throw to the right side. Desi Jones collects it on an out route to the sideline. He'll be just short of a first down, but good to see Desi Jones getting involved for the Buckeyes. 4th quarter, people. 4th quarter. You know what that means. 4's up. Spam your 4s. Spam your 4s.
Let me see him. Get in there. Let's get that chat rate going. Tyler's in there with his 4s.
Get your 4s in there, people.
We got 200 people watching. If we can get half of you guys to type some 4s, I bet we set a chat rate record.
Come on now, get your 4s in. Not seeing enough right now, like
not
AP
enough,
said.
Not enough. I'm carrying.
Hundreds watching. Hundreds.
Hundreds of people. Hundreds. I'm carrying.
Let's get your 4s in there. Yeah, it must
there
be
we go.
See, that symbol popped up when you type now, Aiden. I don't know.
I don't know.
What'd you put with
is.
the 4? Anything?
Nothing.
Interesting.
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, there's some 4s.
Let's go.
Alex has got a 4 going. 4th quarter. We've had a really fun day here on the Ohio State Football Report.
And just as a reminder, while we're spamming those 4s, let's give them a look at this super chat menu. This very fun, very spring, festive, just got to getting into the spirit of the good weather and everything.
Yep.
Super chat menu.
It's a fun
Any
one.
super is a shout out. $2. gets an Easter egg. Billy, tell him about the Easter eggs, man.
We got the eggs on hand right here. I'm going to keep the green one down so it doesn't mess up the screen again. We got eggs right here. Each egg has a different raffle entry number to get an Ohio State football jersey. We'll give that away next year, but we will get your name down, entered, and all that. I got different numbers in here. Any super chat. First off, you get your name, message, all that goes on screen. Plus, we will have an egg opened for you live. I'll have toss it to AP. He'll pop it open for you. Plus, if you really want to mess around here, bunny ears, we'll do it for 5 minutes with a $10 super chat just to have some fun. AP will time it to make sure it's a full 5 minutes there. I do want to remind you guys also, post-game, we will do our winners and losers from the show today, or from the broadcast today, game today. So, man, I think it's going to be tough, AP, to decide that. But we will we'll figure it out. Yeah, good call. All right, real quick, before the final quarter gets going, we'll let you guys know today's show is presented by Prize Picks. Got to tell you, I'm using it every day right now, the Prize Picks app. Big reason for that, it's an opportunity to win money, win cash, while watching sports. Yeah, why wouldn't you play every day? Basketball playoffs are going on, daily baseball games, and if you want to mix up golf or soccer. My favorite part about the Prize Picks app always has been how easy it is to use. Pick a lineup, more or less. That's it. Pick a couple lineups, different players, different sports, more or less. Good example here. This is a season-long lineup. Joe Burrow, more on the total passing yards, getting towards 4,000 is my guess, so I went more on the number set there. And then Dak Prescott, you don't think he's going to get 30 TDs? I said more with that one there as well. For those of you that follow me on Twitter or follow us here at the Ohio State Football Report, you can follow me on Prize Picks. Right now, they have a new feature that lets it act as basically another form of social media. At Billy_BB. Go give me a follow right now. Download the Prize Picks app today with the link in the comment section and description. Use code HMA. Listen up here. You'll get $50 lineups after you play your first $5 lineups. Just play it and you get the $50. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Okay. Fourth quarter has begun. It is once again freshman Luke Fahey out there for the Buckeyes. And they are showing the swarm of Buckeyes getting after it today. Really pressed to maybe put Eli Lee on my winners list, AP. He's played well today. Devin Sanchez was good. Chris Henry Jr., Tavian St. Clair. Tough squad. Fourth quarter has begun. Under 11 minutes to go. 35-17 is the score. The Gray, the defense, leading right now for Ohio State. And the saying is, defense usually has a nice lead. Why not? Let's run some tight ends up the middle. Ohio transfer Mason Williams pounding the rock up the middle for the Buckeyes for about a 4-yard gain. All right, let's have a little fun. Why not, huh?
Let's do it. And speaking of having some fun, Billy, I got some fun for you guys. Let's name an obscure all-time Buckeye. I want to see them down in the comments. Name an obscure all-time Buckeye down in the comments section. I'll leave this one up. We'll kind of play with this while we go through. It's 10 minutes left in the fourth here, just kind of hanging out. I want to hear from you guys below.
Give to the right. It is once again Favor Key.
Oh, right off the rip. Tyler K with Raekwon McMillan.
Raekwon McMillan. I like it. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. You know, you want to know mine, and it might not be as obscure, but for some reason the only one that came to mind. Tate Martell.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Tate Martell.
QB1.
Marcel Willis. Okay. All right, Logic. Keep them coming. Test your ball knowledge. A little score update, actually. Gray is now up 35-17.
Yes. I might have missed on that last play. It's on me. Looks like they had gotten a stop there, so as Tavian St. Clair delivers to Brock Boyd over the middle. A sliding catch by White Lightning. That's big there for Boyd, who that's his second catch today, AP. And honestly, tough to do, but he disappeared for a while. He was gone a while.
He definitely did. He definitely did. And honestly, disappearing when you're a separator, not a great look.
We also are getting some mix-ups, ins and outs on the offensive line. Looks like Big Sam Greer on the left side.
Just about to ask about our boy.
St. Clair lobs it up, short on the left side, incomplete.
Oh, geez.
He was looking for Favor Akey. I don't know that that's the guy you want a one-on-one down the sideline. You're a freshman running back. Yeah, Sam Greer in at left tackle right now for Ohio State, the freshman from Akron-Hoban. I know his measurements, Aiden, not as generous. They are the real deal.
Okay.
Buckeyes have him at 6'7", 335.
That's a big boy.
The Akron-Hoban product lined up at left tackle right now. Scarlett, you got to get it. You got to get some points here.
Fast.
Under 8 minutes to go. St. Clair's got a 2nd and 10, and we're going to get a stoppage. False start on the offense.
All right. We got some more obscure Buckeyes in the comments, Billy. Well, Braxton Miller, maybe not as obscure.
Not
obscure, but yes, Buckeye legend for sure. Antonio Pittman.
We're staying. I feel like we're in a memorable zone, which is fine. It's all fine.
Let's peel back another layer. Let's get deeper into the onion, you guys. Come on. I really want you to peel back the layers here. Let me get one more obscure Buckeye.
Get interesting. I would go a wild one for me. A little more. Definitely made his mark, but Dane Sanzemacher's kind of random, I feel like. Throw right sideline. Chris Henry Jr. makes the catch at the 42-yard line. That St. Clair Chris Henry Jr. connection continues as he reels it in there. St. Clair's had some ups, some downs today at quarterback.
And let's talk a little bit about the future of that connection, Billy. Let's say, hypothetical, let's play that game here. Everything goes according to plan with Tavian and Chris Henry Jr. How many years do you get with the two of them together?
Real quick here, St. Clair rolls to his left at the 50. Running out of time. Now we'll tuck it. He's got room down the sideline, showing off the stride a little bit and out of bounds. It's a good question, AP. I do know the goal, I think, for Tavian St. Clair, especially with 2 years of development. I think his goal is to be one and done when he does start. But ideally, you get 2 years with those guys because you would get next year and the year after. Yep. That would be the goal, I guess. I don't know how good Tavian St. Clair is yet. He hasn't played in more than, I think he has 4 snaps last year. So Chris Henry Jr. looking like he could be a difference maker this year, though.
Absolutely.
St. Clair to pass. Pressure again. Lobs it away. Incomplete.
All right, some more names. Trey Sermon, a little more recent, but maybe obscure. He did have that huge game, was it against Northwestern in the Big Ten Championship? Man,
yeah,
that was a great one. Demetrius Stanley. Okay, all right, Logic. Come with some heat here. All right, keep sounding off with some names, man. This is a fun game. I like it. You guys are showing me you've been around.
I dig it. Something to do here. Towards the end, we got 5:21 on the clock. Defensive day, man. They look to be the winners in general here. As I don't know, Matt might have to. I'm changing my winners list a little bit here with the fact that just the offense hadn't gotten it done. Throw over the middle, incomplete. That was St. Clair looking for Brock Boyd. Oh, man. No good there.
No good.
And I'm sorry. I'm a big if it hits your hands, bring it in, guys. So I know not the best ball in the world there for Brock Boyd, but is what it is, right, AP? You got to reel those in. I
agree. And the dang it hit your hands, man. I mean, I've never heard anything realer than that. I learned that. I learned that very early on. It's okay. Maurice Hall. Master T, yeah, that might be a more obscure one just because,
loved Master T.
Did he ever start?
He was part of a 1-2 punch. He was like Dobbins' backup, and then he was like part of a Mayan Williams package. Right. But he was fun to watch. Maurice Hall's a good one. Demetrius Stanley, I don't even remember that name, to be honest, so it might be obscure enough.
I think that one passes the test.
4th down and 10 for the offense. Could be the final shot to really score here because they'll flip, and the offense should probably have to go the whole way. And it'll be another shot for Connor Hawkins here. I don't know, AP. Got to get her done. Got to get her done on this one.
You got to.
This will be 40. Looks to be about 42 yards, I think. They're showing us a narrow view. Hawkins up. Hawkins.
Jeez, man.
Good. Scooted it through. Little ugly, but Connor Hawkins 2 for 3 on the day field goals wise. Other one was short. Missed one at the rain before halftime, and then just knocked that one down. That one looked to be 40. We'll try and get an exact measurement, but it looked about 43 yards. Not sure, it'd be interesting to see how people are feeling overall. Wouldn't say this is a game that swings anybody one way or the other on anything the Buckeyes did.
Well, the one point that I will make from this, Billy, is like, with the way the scoring system is set up here, you could argue a made kick here, less mistakes there. You're talking about a 1-point game, if not leading, when quite frankly, you look at the seasons, these games that Ohio State has lost, and it's not been many in the last 2-3 seasons. It's been games where the mistakes are what lost the game for them. Where when it rained, it poured, where it snowballed, and all of a sudden they were the ones that were kind of beating themselves. And I wonder if that'll be the same recipe this year.
Emmanuel Ruffin storms into the backfield and crushes Stanley Jackson Jr. Fahey also banged into Stanley Jackson Jr. Kind of an ugly play again for the offense. So we talked about AP. I mean, defense is just ahead overall. They know their scheme pretty well. Offense is changing players and O-line and different, trying things more than executing. So I definitely didn't expect the offense to dominate necessarily today. Fahey over the middle. That one is caught. That is Schramm, the tight end / running back. Brendan Schramm. Definitely a little bit of a walk-on vibe there.
Greg says Demetrius was a great receiver for Joe Germain. Okay. And is that Chris Shuganov? Chuganov?
Careful. Don't want to get got.
Unfortunately, Coop, Legend Bay did not play today. He did not play today. Still dealing with the injury.
Yeah. 3rd and 6. Luke Fahey to pass. Steps up. Freshman gets wide open room to run up the middle. He's chugging to the 30, to the 20. I think they should call him down as he scoots into the end zone. We'll see if they call it a touchdown.
I feel like they're going to.
Oh, come on. It looks like they are going to give him it.
Okay. Let me guess. That's a 14-point touchdown because of how long he ran.
Yeah. At about the 15-yard line, he was going to get rocked.
Pulls his hands up. Nope. Can't touch him.
Good effort there by Kamari Bing.
Behind Fields and Stroud. I feel like I don't remember that. I do not remember that.
3rd string Fields and Stroud.
I feel like we're getting debated here, Billy. I feel like he's trying to debate us.
I don't know.
Still reviewing it, huh?
Yeah, no touchdown on that. That's what I thought. 26 seconds left. Scarlett's going to get one last shot at it here.
Devin Smith.
Fahey looking end zone, throws, and man slips, hits in the defender's back, incomplete. He was looking for Jaquaden Guilford. Jaquaden Guilford's got to stay on his feet. I've seen him way too many times today.
I was about to say.
Whether he's gotten hit, tripped, doesn't quite matter to me. Stay on your feet.
Got to.
He's had a tough one, and, again, Brock Boyd and Chris Henry Jr., they've shined for the freshman wide receiver group. Guilford, the #1 receiver in the state of Indiana, has not shined in this group today, or really throughout spring practice.
Learn something new every day there.
21 seconds. Fahey give. One last give to a key. Ball's out. Loose. Picked up by the defense. They'll call it dead pretty quickly here.
You got to imagine they're just going to call it here, right?
They may call him down, but again.
Looks like clock's ticking.
That's
Looks like
it.
They're going to go home.
That's it in Columbus. Hey, shout out the Buckeyes for getting her done. We were worried about a cancellation or a stall or something with the rain in general.
So the final, Gray 35, Scarlet 20. Wait, hold up.
No, they're gonna. I was saying they're gonna give him one last
0 seconds
play.
and they're snapping it.
They're gonna give him one last play. They've done this before. The clock was definitely out, but hey, whatever.
What are we doing?
Fahey to pass. Gotta look end zone. Steps up. Throw it, man. No, he's gonna keep it up the middle and get the half tackle, and that's how the spring game ends.
All right.
As AP was alluding to, Gray, the defense, a big winner today in the spring game, 35-20 over the offense. Wow, what a time. We got enough fun moments and good crowd interaction. No, okay. Again?
No.
So I'm sorry, they're running another play.
No.
They're running another play.
This is ridiculous.
I don't know if they're going to force the freshman to throw or what it is. We got one more. Lock back in, people.
Oh, man.
Fahey. Receivers left, two right, snaps, looking to his right. He's got a wheel route for the running back, throws over the middle, easily batted down. You want another one, Coach Day, because they're not getting it done. Defense goes nuts to end the day in Columbus. Can we call it a final, you think, AP? Hold on. That's it. Get them off the field.
Whew.
Defense dominant. The winner today, the Gray. That's right. The Scarlet and Gray go at it. And the defense comes up with the victory. The sacks, the stops, the turnovers that they caused led them to the win. We're going to get you as many stats as we can, along with our winners and losers list coming up. However, I do want to hear from you guys one last time before we wrap up today's Ohio State football report presented by Prize Picks. Give them a grade, ladies and gentlemen. Grade the Ohio State 2026 spring game. Grade it how you want. Enjoyment, effort, execution. Give me your grades. Let's get some grades in before we walk away from today's game. Coop with a B. AP, go ahead. Your grade overall? Fun, not fun? You got a lot. I got more of the ones than I thought we would.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. I'm just going to go a B. I agree with Coop. I agree with Abyss. I don't even think it's a B+. I don't think it's a B-. I think it's just a B. Defense showed out. Got a taste of some of the guys that might be filling in for some big-time players last year, and we got Chris Henry Jr. stuff. So it wasn't a half-bad day.
Fair enough. And again, shout out the Buckeyes. It is pouring in Columbus. It has been pouring since really the end of the first quarter, I think is when we would say it started pouring. So the Buckeyes gutting it out today, looking really, really interesting while that kind of went on. And, interesting stuff in general over the game. And again, we will have our winners, losers list. I'm sure we'll have more from the spring game over the coming days about what we heard. I think we'll get a better light over the next few days about what actually happened and whatnot there. So you definitely want to subscribe to the Ohio State Football Report for more information. Shout out Logic. Great show as usual, guys. Appreciate the hard work. We appreciate everybody who watched it. We love doing it. That's why we're here on a Saturday having some fun with Ohio State football, and we will continue to do so here on the Ohio State Football Report. Aiden Priest, great to have you back in the chair with us today.
Yes, sir.
Billy Beebe signing off after a great Ohio State football 2026 spring game.